Next, I'm pleased to introduce Nancy Kopp, the State Treasurer, who will speak about this from the perspective of Marylanders and some of the financial assistance that's available through the Maryland State Government.
Thank you, Michael, and it is a pleasure. It is a pleasure to be here on this very difficult day in these very difficult times, and I want to add my thanks to those of everyone here, to Senator Cardin, who with his colleagues made a very, very, very tough vote for what they believe and I believe is the health, the true fiscal financial health, not only of our nation, but of all the families in our nation as well. I don't know how many of you have read the paper, but the governor of California just announced that he may have to borrow $7 billion from the federal government in the next few weeks simply to make payroll and to keep going from day to day in the state government of one of the largest jurisdictions in the world, actually. These are very tough times, and they are beginning to come home to all of our families. We have a number of specific programs in the state of Maryland, and I know there is information here about them, but I would like to mention just 5 issues very briefly for all the folks who are here, and if you can tell them to the people with whom you are speaking and meeting, get the word out that the state is here working for their employers, the taxpayers and citizens of Maryland. First of all, for the first emergency, we have a hotline in this state, a hotline that is run by the Consumer Credit Counseling of Maryland and Delaware, by the Maryland Cash campaign, and by the Baltimore Cash campaign. If you call this hotline, you can get assistance, anyone, regardless of income, assistance in credit and money management from people who are experts and have no interest and nothing to sell you. This is to reach out and help people start what Ben and what you all, and certainly what Kiplinger's has been preaching for a long time, getting your credit together, getting everything solidified, and then start saving. The second thing is we are focused today on housing, and the state of Maryland has a series of housing programs designed to try to reach out to people during this crisis. We have different programs for families in different situations. For instance, if you have never missed a mortgage payment, but I have a balloon mortgage, there is a program to sit down and deal with you and help work out so that when that mortgage does balloon, you will be in a better position to pay for it. If you are a family that has missed a payment or two, there is another program, the Home Saver Refinancing, that will help you sit down working with the lender and try to restructure the loan. And thirdly, the Bridge to Hope program, and this is the state version of the Hope program. When you have, in fact, missed payments, the state can actually grant up to $15,000 over a number of months while working with the lender to help restructure a loan so that people can stay in their homes. Everyone knows that a foreclosure hurts not only the family in the home, it hurts the lender, it hurts the community. It is not in anyone's interest to foreclose. And this is the state's effort to reach out both to the lender and to the families and help them avoid the ultimate step of foreclosure. We also have a program through the state and through the local governments for renters. We are reading, by the way, more and more of families who rent, who have been paying their rent, and then all of a sudden are threatened with losing their homes because the folks who own the buildings are being foreclosed upon. This has nothing to do with the responsible behavior of the renters. And so there is a program at both the state and local city level to reach out to the renters, help them relocate, help them meet their bottom line. So that is very briefly the state's programs. They are run by the State Department of Housing and Community Development. All you need to do is go on the website or give them a call, and there are knowledgeable people there waiting to reach out and work with you. Next year, when people are thinking about paying their income taxes, there is a program which the Congress of the United States and the state have worked together on for many years, and you all know it. It's the Earned Income Tax Credit. There are people who work. They work hard, they pay their taxes, they have low incomes, and they do not yet realize that they can file for a tax credit. We are working with a number of organizations throughout the state, including the state comptroller's office. The comptroller is the chief tax collector of the state, through the comptroller's office, so that when you come to filing, there will be people who can help these families go through their filing on a voluntary basis and make sure that they do claim, in fact, both the state and the federal Earned Income Tax Credit is a refundable tax credit. Let me just touch on one more unhappy thing, and that is scams. As times are getting tougher, we are seeing more and more scams in the state of Maryland. Either phony offers to let you be a secret shopper at the mall of your choice. You just send us $25 and we'll send you a little card that says you're a secret shopper. It is amazing how many people send in their $25. There are also people who have been getting in the mail phony checks from the state of Maryland and a note that says, send this back with $25 and we will cash the check for you. It is amazing that people do fall for this, but they do. And I hope that when you're working with people throughout the state, you'll be able to reach out and explain to them that if something is really too good to be true, really a free lunch, it probably isn't true, and it isn't free, and it's not a very good lunch. Finally, looking to the future, we talked about saving. John Trader is here. John is a representative of our Maryland College Savings Program. We do have a program in Maryland for Maryland families where you can invest now in your child's education and pay now and keep the price down for when your children go to school. It is, in fact, again, eligible for a state and federal tax deduction. It builds up over time. It is a great way to save and a great way to make sure that your children will, in fact, have the education that they need to compete in the 21st century. You can use the college savings program at a community college, at a four-year school, in the state of Maryland, outside of the state of Maryland. It is one of the best investments that you can make. With that, I just want to thank you all for what you're doing. I've heard from treasurers around the state, around the country. They are very excited, Michael. We want to work with people now more than ever in education as well as in direct assistance. And I am here on behalf of the taxpayers and citizens of the state to thank you all very much.
Thank you, Nancy, for bringing up some of the valuable programs that are available in the state of Maryland.